Welcome to the Raw Experience with Chris, where honesty is at the forefront of every video.
G'day, what's cracking? Chris here, and we're here with something different or the same. That's up for you to decide as we dive in to the UniFormation GK3 Pro. That's right, you're thinking to yourself, hey Chris, that's not new. Well, it is to me, and it may be to you as well. And why? Well, stick around and find out, and I'm going to show you some things that no one else has really shown you, and why it's important for me to review something like this to get the real facts out there to you guys. Stay tuned, stick around, let's get into it. Now, this isn't going to be a long form, full 3D resin printing review. No. This is not what that's about. This is about my opinion based on the results that I've received from using this unit and what my initial thoughts are and what I think they've done right or wrong and first impressions. Now, I say first impressions, but you know what I'm like. I can't help myself. So let's get into it. So what do I think about the machine? Well, to start off with, I haven't resin 3D printed, like I said, in 2 years. So I was a bit bamboozled and I thought, oh, this is going to be a bit tricky. But honestly, I'll be surprised. I switched the machine on. I went to read the instructions and the menu popped up. I'm like, okay, pressed a few buttons. And I thought, oh, this is interesting. I watched a couple other videos and they mentioned the flip top front fascia. And I thought to myself, that's really cool. Other people said, what's the point of that? There was no reason to do that. No. See, I look at things from a different perspective. And to be honest, I found that the flip up screen, 90 degrees, was actually beneficial because when you're printing a lot of times, you look at the printer, you can't see the image or the settings or the status of your prints from the screen, usually due to the reflection. So having that ability to flip it up at different angles and different points, especially when you're looking down at the machine, especially if you've got it on a rack and it's down low, that's actually a very beneficial point. Also, the added feature of having the power button underneath is really good. I love that. Rather than just having a rear hard power switch, to actually have a proper on-off button at the front, I think that's a really good idea. Also, the screen doesn't cover the USB port, and it's a metal shrouded USB port, which means it isn't cheap. And this machine is not cheap at all. And what I mean by that is not by price. This is probably one of the best bang for buck resin printers that I can see on the market at the moment for what you actually get. And well, what do you get? Well, you get a build volume here. What have we got? I had to make so many notes because, like I said, this isn't a long form deep dive. This is just my first impressions. And my first impressions, I was blown away because I thought to myself, how can the machine have so many features and be so underrated by all these big influencers in the 3D printing market? And I was amazed. Everyone mentioned how well it printed clear resin, but I decided I didn't want to do that. I wanted to print a dark resin to see what the results were, to find out whether it printed as well as my previous Elegoo Satin 4 Ultra. And lo and behold, to my surprise, I couldn't believe that it actually printed better. So the 385 compared to the 405 NM light source is supposedly supposed to be a downgrade for regular color resin printing. But in my opinion, it's actually an upgrade. People will say, well, you burn out the screens quicker, this and that. It's got a CPFA screen, yada, yada, yada. But to be perfectly honest, to replace the FEP or the CPFA screen is pennies on the dollar. It's cheap. I would rather have great quality prints at the cost of replacing a screen a couple of months earlier than a FEP screen than have lower quality and not great prints. So take that for what you will. As far as features, what do we have? Well, we have this awesome green plastic acrylic perspex, so you say injection molded front flip up front casing screen. We have an easy open close VAT system, which you'll see here. 2 clicks and up it lifts. You have an easy pour system in there. You have a COB light source, 385 nanometer, which is absolutely amazing for clear and translucent printing because you get more penetration to the print, so you can see more detail and you can actually get more curing not curing, more light source internally into the print for those types of projects. Now, that said, that doesn't limit you to color resin. In fact, you'll see in a moment, and we'll pan across the screen, you see these resin prints right now, and I couldn't believe the detail. Now, keep in mind, when I plugged this machine in, I did one single calibration. That's all I did. I haven't resin printed in 2 years. I did one single calibration. My initial thoughts was, I'm going to sit here all day and do calibrations until I can get this right, because I have no idea how to calibrate a resin printer with a 385 nm light source. So I was like, okay, this is going to be a long drawn out process. Literally, it took 25 minutes for me to put in the settings to adjust the cure time and lift rate for this test file that came out absolutely perfect, and we'll zoom in on that. That came in absolutely perfect, and I couldn't believe it. Then I thought, you know what? Let's just throw something complicated at it, and you'll see on the screen as you scroll, as we camera pan around, the details I put into this. I printed this at just a 0.5 layer height, not 0.3, not precision mode, just 0.5 standard. Now, this took 2.5 build plates of the build plate volume, which is, where have we got here? It's 211 by 118 by 240 millimeters, which is no small build plate by any means for a resin printer. And on top of that, the pixel resolution is 5200 by 6200. I mean, that's incredible. It's not a fast printer, it's not built for that, but surprisingly enough, the speed itself was fairly quick. This Predator, I felt, had all the details and intricate components of detail like skin texture, hair lining, brain matter, flat surfaces, curvature, fine details, ladder stepping. It basically exceeded everything that I could get out of a calibration file to see how good the quality was on this printer. And I chose a dark grey ABS resin for a reason, because I wanted to make sure that this could actually print dark resin at high precision without actually going to a high precision profile. So it blew me away. What other features does it have? Well, it has HD camera monitoring. It has a no overflow top build plate, which means when the build plate goes into the resin, you don't have resin pulling up on top of the build plate, which in my opinion is absolutely awesome. It involves less cleaning. When you flip it up, it has a side drip tray mount, basically meaning as soon as you unlatch the build plate from the quick latch system, which is up the top there, single quick latch, flip it up to the side, straight onto the rack, and let it drip dry. Close the lid, walk away, come back 20 minutes later, half an hour later, even the next day if you want to. All the resin will be dripped off perfectly, ready to go. The build plate itself is not even laser etched, it's not even laser textured, and the build surface of the resin prints pops off the build plate like butter. Couldn't believe it. I was amazed by that. It has a top leveling sensor, which is perfect because, as you'll see on the screen pop up right now, is it has adjustable nylon feet with steel inserts. The whole printer itself is made of a complete engineered metal frame shell, which would probably put a lot of 3D printers, Core XYs especially, that are coming out today, that companies are designing, to shame in build quality. Some would say this is over-engineered. I would say it's engineered correctly. What else can I say about it? It has a rear magnetic carbon filter. On board with the actual information on the touchscreen interface, it also includes all your hours, which are actually smart monitors to tell you when you should change your carbon filter, when you should change your CPFA screen, when you should change your LCD screen, all the cleaning processes and how many hours you've utilized whilst printing, and when you should change it and what you're up to, so you know ahead of time. That is one of the best things I've ever seen. The interface is amazing. You have an orange LED light, which is perfect because it's not a white light, which doesn't reflect into the print. There's so many features. The leveling process was so simple. It literally took me not even a minute and a half, 2 minutes to do. Even adjusting the build plate was slightly off in one corner. That took less than a couple of minutes. The way this machine's been designed has been designed for anyone from the beginner to the professional for ease of use and practicality. It even has a drop feed resin system. And people will say, well, the problem with these drop feed resin systems that self-feed is they're proprietary, limited to their actual resin. Well, no, they're not, because all you have to do is unscrew the lid, you get with the unit itself, pour your resin straight into there, and you can use this bottle to self-feed your resin vat. So you're not locked into any resin at all. Now, I didn't even use for peace of mind, I didn't even use the UniFormation resin. I do have some resin coming from UniFormation that they were happy enough to send out for me to actually try their resin with the GK3 Pro. But all I had on hand was some Elegoo resin, and I think it's some Haygears and Soritec resin. So I chose the Elegoo 8K ABS-like resin in the dark matte grey, and I didn't change anything but the cure time by 0.200 and the layer time. That's it. And the images that you saw on screen from those prints are exactly how it is, what I adjusted. Nothing more, nothing less. The total print time of these prints took no longer than 7.5 hours. Now, I don't know exactly what the top speed of this printer is, but I would have to say at stock standard settings for printing this higher detail, and being that it's only 0.5, at 0.5, the skin texture, the muscle striations, everything you can see in that print just blew me away. I couldn't believe it. So, you know, if you're in the market to look for something like a resin printer and you're a beginner and you're thinking, should I go Elegoo, should I go Anycubic, should I go Haygears, should I go Frozen, should I go all these other different brands, check out the GK3 Pro. I mean, you've got, it also has a heated vat as well, so you can have zero temperature printing up to 30 degrees Celsius to warm the resin. So you can have this out in your garage in the middle of winter and you can be resin printing perfectly fine. There's no need for a wraparound heating system. There's no need for any of that. You'll see it on screen there as well. I mean, it has a linear rail system in it with an oversized lead access ball screw, which is incredibly stable, incredibly strong. I think I measured it out at, what do we got here? We've got an 11mm ball linear rail ball screw axis with a 15mm linear rail. It has a 9.6-inch LCD projection system running in it. Now, some people say, well, 10 inches better. Not necessarily. It's down to the light source. So being that it has a 385 COB plus a Fresnel lens, the light source of this with the 385, the actual detail that you get is amazing. And people will say, well, it's CPFA film, it's not FEP, it's not 405, all these things, blah, blah, blah. How do I use the machine? Well, you don't need to worry about any of that. The 385 works perfectly. In fact, you get better details, like I said, for the simple fact of just changing out your film and light source once every 6 to 8 months for pennies on the dollar. I mean, I don't know about you, but I would rather have all these features, bang for buck and precision quality, over a machine that's lackluster, that I don't have to change a film or a scratch-resistant, you know, CPFA or FEP once every 18 months or sooner if they do split or break open and you end up with resin all over the place. This has a catch system built into it, which is absolutely amazing. You know, can't go wrong with that. They supply everything in the box. It's probably one of the best accessory kits that I've seen from a resin printer. What else have we got here? Let's go through everything else. Wi-Fi. Forget about being an add-on exclusive. It's built into the system. And not only is it Wi-Fi 2.4, it's got 5 gigabytes, got gigahertz Wi-Fi in it, and also Ethernet LAN connection. Some of those resin printers out there don't even have that. So what is my opinion on this GK3 Pro? Well, to be perfectly honest, I know the GK3, they have I think it's a Max edition, and they have other editions. I can only go from what I utilize with the GK3 Pro, and as far as the GK3 Pro, it's only one with the 385 NM light source. Now, if you're someone that's looking for a general 3D printer, resin printer that is, and you want high detail and affordability, ease of use, and you know that you don't have to worry about upgrading anything at all, you get everything included, including remote accessibility. Currently, it's on Apple from the Apple Store, and then they're building the Android app as well for remote printing and monitoring as well, which has an auto system as well, an auto feed system, warming system, and preheating system built into the system as well, an auto update feature. What else have we got? And I worked out that I can print up to 0.19 of a millimeter in layer height based on the pixel resolution of this printer. Now you think about that for a second and compare that. That is 1/10 of a millimeter in layer height. That is going to give you a remarkable definition in your resin prints that I haven't even tried yet, but I'm going to try that because I'm building a Predator bust obviously on the table, but I've got a Predator helmet I'm building behind me for a cosplay event coming up, and I'm going to be doing clear resin red translucent teeth for the face as well. So that'll be interesting to see how that turns out, and this will be in a long form video as well coming out in 2 weeks time. So once again, just wanted to say, you know, as far as the GK3 Pro, definitely check it out. I've had nothing but success with this. I've not had one failed print. This is probably one of the most easiest, affordable, feature-packed resin printers I've seen yet today. What else can I say? If you want a resin printer and you want ease of use, you want impeccable detail and a decent pace printing time with all the bells and whistles, with every feature you could have that makes printing not only affordable but makes it easy and you get stunning results, what do I say? Check out the GK3 Pro from UniFormation and you won't be disappointed. If you've got any comments below, share and like, subscribe. At the bottom, if you want to see anything else from me about this printer, let me know in the comments below and I'll see about getting it done to test it out to see what we can get out of this machine, whether it's translucent, semi-translucent, dark resin, ABS, standard or tough. We'll do it if we need to. Comment below if you want it done. But if you want a resin printer with all the bells and whistles, with every feature you could think of, including easy pour system and the software I haven't even gone into, which we'll go into later in a long form deep dive review, check out the GK3 Pro. Links in the description below. I think there'll be an affiliate code as well. If you want to support the channel, please click on that link. It helps me keep the content going and keep the unbiased, genuine reviews going as well. Special thank you to UniFormation for sending this unit out. But like I said, if you want the GK3 and, well, if you want a resin printer, definitely check out the GK3 Pro. I was amazed by the results. I've seen a lot of resin printers on the market and I'm yet to see one with so many features for the price. So as far as I'm concerned, 2025 and 2026, this takes the win for the best budget, affordable, feature-packed resin printer on the market today. I'm Chris. I'll see you in the next one. Stay tuned for the long-form deep dive review. 2 weeks' time. I'll see you in the next one.